Hi, my name is Rafaela Henriquez, and this is my creative critical reflection on my film, Eve, the Last Woman on Earth. Eve, the Last Woman on Earth is a science fiction film that emphasizes isolation and self-discovery. The main character, Eve, is a teenage girl, a part of a family of three: her mother, her little sister Lucy, and herself. Eve is school-oriented and tends to draw her focus onto academics rather than people or other matters. As she arrives home one day, she is greeted by her very upset little sister. They get into a silly little argument about Lucy's candy that Eve ate. Eve brushes Lucy off, walking away as well as ignoring her mother. She begins studying and wakes up to silence. She discovers that she's the only human left on Earth as she leaves her house onto this now empty world. At first, she is joyous with this newfound independence and zero responsibilities. However, the realization of her loneliness and isolation begins to dawn on her. She realizes what she must do and goes on a mission to restore humanity. My film follows a popular end-of-world film convention. Many films use this convention where humanity will or has been potentially wiped out, and a resolution must be found. The main sociological media representation in this film is age. The film focuses on this young teenage girl that is independent, not super tied to her family, and prefers to be on her lonesome. This is a common representation of many teenagers throughout film. However, this theme is challenged as Eve undergoes personal development after the realization of the possibility of never seeing her family again. She regrets her past interactions with them when she considers that might have been the last time she would have ever spoken to them. This is what urges her to look for a way to return humanity. Eve's self-isolation is highlighted through the use of her headphones to block the outside world, as first shown when her family tries to interact with her. But when she faces real isolation with no way of communicating with her family, we witness a moment of self-reflection as she pauses in her steps, lost in thought with a completely different demeanor, and proceeds to walk away. In crafting the title sequence for Eve, the Last Woman on Earth, meticulous attention was paid to every element of production to establish the film's unique atmosphere. Cinematography played the most crucial role throughout the film. When depicting isolation of film, how shots are composed will determine the execution. Through the beginning of the film, many medium shots are used, just to represent nothing out of the ordinary. The shots become increasingly wider until it ends off with a wide shot zooming out. This greatly shows the emptiness surrounding Eve and highlights the emptiness within herself. As I used my iPhone 15 to shoot the shots, I utilized the cinematic mode. Cinematic mode allowed for increased depth that came into play when trying to keep focus on Eve, isolating her surroundings and maintaining the tone of emptiness. The mise-en-scène served as a crucial tool in conveying the desolation of Eve's world. Instead of opting for typical futuristic or dystopian settings often associated with science fiction films, the deliberate choice of plain white walls and minimalist decor in Eve's apartment creates an atmosphere of emptiness and isolation. The clothing the characters are seen wearing demonstrate a modern-day era regular casual outfit that would most likely be seen on their age groups today. This departure from dystopic convention not only sets the tone for the film, but also challenges expectations within the science fiction genre. Editing was predominantly done using CapCut, allowing for precise adjustments and enhancements, including isolating sound and adding background music to create different tones. Keyframes were utilized to manipulate clips within scenes, facilitating smooth transitions and cohesive storytelling. I used plenty of keyframes to edit the fade-ins and outs of audios, as well as moving the credits along the screen. Sound played a great part in my film as well. Diegetic sound such as music and dialogue was used throughout the film. The music that the audience heard is also playing in Eve's headphones. The music is rather upbeat, but as the audience watches the story develop, the tone shifts into more of the start to an unclear beginning, with a casual tempo that leaves a curiosity of what could come next. Dialogue was used to establish the characters and relationships. Lucy is called Lulu by Eve, a nickname which she expresses that she doesn't like, yet Eve ignores. It shows their bond as sisters who tend to not have much care for one another. As Eve's mom calls out for her, Eve's music continues to play in her headphones as she lies to her mom, claiming she cannot hear her in order to avoid a task. Now, how would my film be distributed as a real media product and engage with audiences? After meticulous research of film companies known for distributing science fiction films, Paramount Pictures was carefully selected as the production company for Eve, the Last Woman on Earth. Paramount's track record of producing high-quality films with strong storytelling and emotional depth in the science fiction genre, such as Interstellar and A Quiet Place, made it the ideal choice. Additionally, Paramount's distribution network and marketing capabilities ensure that the film reaches a broad audience. Upon research of distribution, I discovered that nearly half of consumers say they stream movies weekly, more than 7 times as frequently as those who do in theaters, making the distribution method of streaming a bit better than theatrical release. Paramount Plus stands at 67.5 million subscribers, up about 20% from last year. Thus, the film would be exhibited through Paramount Plus's streaming platform, with marketing efforts emphasizing the unique premise and emotional depth of the film to attract our target audiences, particularly teenagers and young adults who resonate with character-driven narratives and thought-provoking themes. Platforms such as TikTok have shown great effectiveness in marketing films to the younger adult and teenage audience targeted by the film. Throughout the project, my production skills have significantly developed, particularly in terms of efficiency, consistency, and patience during the filming process. Learning production skills such as the importance of consistency in lighting to adhering to the 180 rule for dialogue scenes has improved the overall quality and continuity of my films. My planning and directing scenes became more streamlined, with meticulous attention to detail in script writing and shot composition. I used my iPhone 15, a tripod, and CapCut throughout all my filming processes. Hours spent editing have honed my skills in crafting smooth and well-paced sequences. I learned a lot about using key points to move around frames and adjust sound since my Sweeting project, in which I recreated the Mean Girls 4-way call. Overlays came into great use for recreating that fading blink when Eve was falling asleep on top of her homework, as well as the fade out at the end of the opening. Despite challenges with sound quality, patience and resourcefulness have been key to overcoming obstacles. CapCut allowed for the isolation of sound when pesky noises leaked into good shots, such as a turned-on air conditioner. Patience is key never was so true when I learned how repetitive filming can be until you get the perfect shot. I learned to continually readjust the camera until the shot came out just the way I wanted, usually maintaining the character within center frame. As a result, I leave this class with enhanced filmmaking qualities, cleaner editing techniques, and improved directing skills. The main 3, tripod, iPhone, and CapCut, are what got me through all of my production. I leave this school year with much newfound knowledge and a heightened sense of confidence in my abilities as a filmmaker, equipped with valuable skills through filming, storytelling, and editing that I hope to continue to advance in. Thank you.